About the mic. Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing very well today. Let me see. Why isn't anything working on the Switch there? Oh, I gotta press start. All right. Anywho, how's everybody doing? How's it all going? As you can see, we are continuing our regularly scheduled program. It's the Every Sonic Game Ever thing. Meaning that we are continuing to play every Sonic game. Now we're moving on to what many consider to be the best one, even still. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. This game came about 2 years later. A lot of number 2 with this game. You got two main characters. You got the new main character is Two Tails. There's two villains. I'm kidding. Unless you consider like Mecha Sonic and like Robotnik their own villains, which would be a little dumb of you, but like I'd get behind it. Regardless, Sonic 2, it like hardly needs any introduction. I'm very excited to get into it. We're going to be going through the entire thing in one sitting, and it's going to be a blast. So bad at these games, but it's fun to watch you play. Thank you! I enjoy playing platformers. I feel like it is like one of my expertises, and it's really nice to be able to do it after that last stream, which it didn't suck. Like, it was very fun, but boy, oh boy, I am not good at horror games. Since this is the Origins version, we have access to all these losers, but we're gonna keep it as close to source as possible. Playing it, obviously, in Anniversary mode to keep 16 by 9. This was also the game that introduced the spin dash, so that's kind of a big deal. But I'll get to all the fun facts as we go forward. For right now, we're having fun. We're vibing. It's Sonic 2. Come on. It's a gay old time. And I immediately got hurt. Anyway, I've been so excited to get back to the like every Sonic game ever playthrough. Also, I'm trying a new thing with my like noise reduction stuff. So hopefully it sounds better. It sounded better in testing, so I'm really hoping so. But if I need to like turn the game audio down or anything for any reason, please let me know. I'm just trying out more stuff. Here we are. Yeah! So this is the special stages in this game. I know I'm doing a lot of yapping. It's just gonna be the case. I adore Sonic 2. It's one of my comfort games. It's like go-to game when I'm sad, honestly, because like it's such a short playthrough. It's so like whimsical, even more so than like, you know, 1 or 3 or, you know, CD, God forbid. It's just so cozy. But in these special stages, it's 3D for starters, which is a little disorientating, because you press left, he goes left, you press right, he goes right, sure, but there's like a very slight delay. It's weird. Especially on original hardware, it gets annoying. But our goal is to collect X amount of rings before each of these checkpoints, at which point we will reach the end. I don't remember how Tails works in this scenario. I think if Tails gets hurt, I lose rings, which is annoying, because there's some jumps that I can't really account for with him. But I think he kind of makes up for it, because, you know, I can kind of use him just a little bit to collect the ones that I can't grab. I have some comfort games like that, too. Oh, that's so awesome. I love games like this. Yeah, one down. I don't know if I've ever actually got all the Chaos Emeralds in this game, as many times I've played through it. Like, because I don't, like, dedicate myself to getting them all. But since I am showcasing these games in this playthrough, I'll do what I can there. I think that'll be fun. Zelda 3 and Mario World being some of them. Mario World is another big comfort game for me. I feel like that's kind of a source of debate, you know. It's like Sonic 1 isn't Mario World's competition. I really think it's Sonic 2. Both are games of similar quality. Many consider them masterpieces in the works. That would be a tricky one. I would probably have to go with Mario World, though. Only because, like, in the echelon of Mario games, I do think that one is the best 2D Mario game. In fact, like, I think even IGN, like, a few years ago, not that IGN's a credible source or anything, gave it a, marked it as, like, the best game of all time. And then, like, the time before that, when they went through the 100, they're like, oh, it's Mario 3. So generally, like, best game of all time in their eyes, for some reason, is, like, Mario 3 or World. And that's its own debacle. But I still love Mario World. That's another thing sometimes is, like, I'll get in the mood for one thing, like, oh yeah, every Sonic game ever, and then I'll be playing a Mario game, and I'm like, kind of wish I did that. But I love Sonic. I love Sonic more. I can yap infinitely about this stupid series. There's also, like, several games that I haven't played that I think would be fun to get to, just, like, for funsies. I am missing a lot of the special zones, and I apologize. It is actually possible to get all of the Chaos Emeralds before reaching the end of Chemical Plant, I think. Swag. Mario World's better because you can save. Yeah, that's a big one. They try to make up for it in 3 with the warp whistles, but it's not really a good substitute for just hard saving. Also, without question, I think that is probably the easiest, like, boss fight in this series, at least classic series. It's comical. Let's see. My one gripe at the end of Sonic 2, no rings at the end, 2 bosses and no rings. Yeah, you'll get to see my cheese strats if you stick around. I've, like, over the years that I've done this, I've found some really stupid ways of getting past it. For example, I have a way where if I time it correctly, I can hold still and damage Mecha Sonic. It's really funny to do. And then there's, like, one tile that I stand in order to deal damage to the egg robot. Whoa. Those will get you. Kind of forgot about those things. Also, I don't even need to mention, music for Sonic 2 is iconic, even more so than probably any of the tracks in Sonic 1, discounting Green Hill Zone, of course. Like, good gravy. Chemical Plant, Emerald Hill, like, even Hilltop Zone's a bop. Oil Ocean's not that great, because it's Oil Ocean. I feel like that's, like, the one stage I would remove from this game if given the choice. But even then, it's not a bad stage. It overstays its welcome, and it's one of those stages that, like, slows you down. The one thing that it has is not being a water level when it easily could have been. Your father is your brother theme. It's cute. It's the, like, it's like, and the, like, the wailing, like, harmonica they got in that. Like, it's so unnecessary. I love it. I started with NES Genesis. That's awesome. I love original hardware. That's, I think, my first experience with this franchise, regrettably, were those, like, plug-and-play machines from, like, the late 2000s. We had one that had, like, Flicky, Golden Axe, Sonic 1, and the works, but I didn't actually get to play Sonic 2 until I got the what was it called? The Mega Collection. The one with all, like, you know, you can go into, like, the options and, like, view all the comics and the manuals and stuff. That was my jam. I'd spend hours just looking at the art. Da, da, da. I think the only good redo of this stage, not discounting Mania, but I really think Sonic Generations knocked this stage out of the park. Come on now. There we go. We're about to get to the one section that is slightly annoying. Also, these things, they can crush you to death. I've had some unfortunate runs where I just happen to get crushed there. Not enjoyable. There we go. This is the one. But this is like the closest to a water level in the game. It's really not bad. The hardest section is like right here, where there's this one little bit to jump on. I've seen so many people fall and just get stuck there forever. It's like, guys, lock in. Hey, look, boss time. Kind of the best if you think about it. There we go. Oh, there you go. Carnival Night Zone. Don't even get me started on that. I I took a death thinking about that stage. Yeah, the stupid barrel. Because, like, I don't know if it was on the guides or anything, but, like, as a kid, that frustrated me to no end. Because there's nothing that tells you have to press up and down to make the barrels go up and down. I think what me and everyone else did is we, like, jumped. Because it's like, oh, it goes up a little bit. But maybe it's because we were, like, holding down the thumbstick and we'd press down. I don't know, but it was so frustrating. It was in the manual! Yeah, who reads those? Gee whiz. Oh, that frustrates me even still. It keeps me up at night, honestly. It's like, you remember those barrels? Let's see. I have Carnival Night Zone on my character playlist. There's also, like, man, it's really good. It kind of, like, bums me out. I think that's one of the tracks that they changed for the Origins version. Is Carnival Night. Which sucks, because, like, as generic as Carnival Night is, I do think that's one of the good songs in Sonic 3. Not to say that any of the songs are bad, that one's just memorably good. I don't know. There we go. Do not submerge your game in water. Good stuff. A friend and I used to say that our friend of ours pimped to the music. That'd be awesome, honestly. Getting down to Sonic music, that's another level. Let's see here. Skimming my notes, because I have so many, like, cool fun facts about this game that I've just, like, compiled, because I love nerding about this silly franchise. Oh yeah, Sonic Tuesday. So this game came out on a Tuesday, and that was, like, such a big deal to them, because, like, you know, the number 2 in, like, everything, that they just kind of themed the entire game's marketing around it. So yeah, it came out on Sonic Tuesday, and, like, a week beforehand, there was the Macy's Day Parade. It was in, like, I think November, ironically enough. But they... that parade float is one of the most, like, notoriously, like, damaging floats to ever exist. It's called the Sonic Tuesday Disaster, because it, like, injured a bunch of people. Like, the Macy's Day Parade balloon, like, got loose, and just, like, nothing, like, no one died or anything. But I heard stories, allegedly, that, like, the balloon also, like, even after it was done there, like, floated up, and, like, I think aircraft had to shoot it down. And so there was not another Sonic float in the parade until, like, 2006. It's one of my favorite, like, stupid stories, like, fun stories about this franchise. Because, like, it's silly. I also just love the Macy's Day, like, parade, because I like all the balloons. So, like, it's interesting to me that there's, like, Sonic lore mixed in that. Imagine having PTSD of the Sonic balloon. I can't imagine. It's... like, I don't know, that visual makes me giggle. It's hard to see the fear. Come on, give me the bubble. There we go. Didn't, like, a Barney balloon at Macy's blow up or something? Yeah, it's one of my favorite images. Like, any Macy's Day Parade where, like, the balloon, like, pops and they just have to drag its corpse for the next, like, 3 blocks is really funny. There's a famous image of that and, like, the Pillsbury Doughboy. This will be the first year in a while, I think, that we get, like, a Sonic and a Mario balloon, since it's, like, the 40th anniversary of that. Still no word on the Olympic Games. I actually lied. Now it's basically just Sonic and the Olympics. I guess Nintendo pulled out of that. Come on! There we go. These bubbles are so inconsistent, but they're at least less annoying than they are in Sonic 1. Get me the hell out of here. I'm having a time with this one platform. That's another thing that I like about Mania is you can like switch to your secondary character. So in that instance, since Tails can swim, I could theoretically switch to him. There we go, that's what it's all about. They do look like Grounder, I see it now. Scratch isn't in any of these games aside from the... what's it called? Mean Bean Machine. An odd source of inspiration, I will say, is like the Sad AM cartoon. Not Sad AM, but the Adventures of. Ah, that's cheap. That's funny. Trips watches the parade every year, hoping Sonic breaks free once more. Free my man! Show up for someone's birthday only to trip and fall into a pool. I liked Adventures of as a kid. I don't really have beef with it. Like, to be honest, even Sad AM, like, I watched a couple episodes back, like, I think during COVID, I was like, this didn't age the best. Like, not in content or anything, it's just, like, the episodes that I remember are good, but generally the show, like, drags, and in the way it takes itself seriously, it's also kind of boring. It's just kind of like a weird mix there. Adventures of gets just a little too hammy with it, and I respect that in a lot of ways, but in some ways, like, it is a kid's show. I have to, like, take a step back and be like, this is literally for children. But I don't know. Because I've taken care of kids, and there are times where it's like, oh yeah, Sonic, like, this is recognizable, and I'll put it on. I'm like, this is kind of... I feel like I'm turning their brains to mush. Not as much as, like, Coco Melon or anything, but, like, I don't know. But I had several of the VHSs as a kid. Haha, I got there in time. Bonk, free hit. It's kind of got the Pico hammer. It's the same color scheme. This cheese strat must only work in the Anniversary Edition, because if this was in 16:9, I don't think I'd be able to make this jump. Or 4:3, rather. There we go. Yeah, no, normally you're supposed to jump on the arrows that stick out from either side and, like, kind of ladder your way up to them. Oh yeah, I should mention that. There's a little RPG you can play in the chat if you hit !RPG. I'll show that off real fast. There we go. And yeah, you get to, like, run through a little thing there. Actually, let me let me move that above the chat, perchance. Let's see. I think I have them, like, near each other. One moment. Okay, I see the issue there. That's the capture card, dingus. There we go. Saying that to myself, of course. Ah, there we are. Yeah, I was actually fiddling with this just a little earlier. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. This was always, like, the highlight of a playthrough. Like, when I was a kid, people could, like, because you're young, you're not very good at these games, could only really make it this far. And then it's like, ah, yeah, this is where it's at. And then you, like, die by the end of the stage. It was very similar to, what's it called? Spring Yard Zone from Sonic 1. Let's see. YouTube Foop forever tampered with it, though. Yeah, and to be fair, the episodes that those take from are funny. Like, the whole, like, Pingus episode's funny without that stuff. And there's, like, a surprising amount of episodes that feature, like, Robotnik's mom. Like, she's a prominent character for some reason, like, recurring. I had this in my head the whole time you're on that last level. Ah, snap, I will click that shortly. Pingus, yes. Snooping as usual, I see. They actually got to reference that in Sonic Boom, the show, While the show itself, you know, was based on a piece of media that unfortunately was not the greatest, the writing team and everyone involved did have a stellar time working on it, because they were able to get away with a lot since no one really cared about Sonic Boom. So they slipped all kinds of references in there that I like. Robotnik's mom, humana. Yeah. Care to say more? You got some opinions there? There we go. I love the Misery parody episode about Sonic fanfiction. Oh yeah, that was like a whole thing. Also, pretty dark to parody, not gonna lie. Bold choice. We're breezing. Kind of spaced out a little bit, and I'm like, we're already in Spring Yard? Awesome. Oh, I said Spring Yard. I meant Casino Night. My one regret, though, is that after this, like, was one of the more popular zones in this game, I feel like the 3D games going forward felt the need to include a, like, Casino Night type zone. And it does not work very well in 3D. The one from Sonic Heroes makes me want to rip my hair out. I get so mad. Just the way it's built is almost like designed to frustrate you. Look at my notes here. Oh yeah, the stolen prototypes. So this game, there was so much hype for it when it came out that at what is basically the equivalent of E3, they were demoing the game months before launch. And the reason that we know that stages like, you know, Hidden Palace Zone and, you know, Genocide City were going to be in the game is because someone broke in after the show and stole the carts and leaked them online. And basically nobody knew about it for decades until they, like, washed up one day. And that's how we know those zones were going to be in the game. And then when the Christian Whitehead versions came out, I assume he got permission. He just kind of put them back in, which is a neat gesture. And they are in this anniversary version. I personally don't like Hidden Palace Zone much at all, so I'll, like, try to skip it unless I fall in the hole, which has happened on accident before. But, yeah. It's a neat optional zone. It's a great reference to, like, you know, the history of the game. I just don't really find the level design as good as the rest of the stages. I think also by doing that, you end up skipping Sky Chase? And Sky Chase is a really good zone. The music's a 10. So I would be a little sad. This one person I used to talk to was such a hater. When Sonic Generations got announced, she was all like, classic Sonic fans got their way again. Only to be like, Sonic Generations is amazing. Sonic Generations, I think, is the best of the Boost era games. I don't even really have beef against them. I think, like, a lot of them are kind of average. But Sonic Generations is a 10. I got Shadow Generations when that came out. And, like, obviously I played the original at launch. But Shadow Generations is a whole nother ballgame. I really, really enjoy it. Like, say what you want about Ian Flynn's writing style, it is a little annoying, but, like, Shadow's characterization in that game is the best that it's been since 06. That's, like, one of the few things 06 got right, is Shadow's characterization. And it was very nice seeing, like, a vulnerable side of him, and not just, like, the edgy asshole. Like, sometimes you can just make Shadow Vegeta and call it a day, and it works, but, like, as long as Sega remembers at the end of the day that their characters are characters and people care about them, and they should take them just, like, a little seriously, but not too seriously, like in Frontiers, then, like, yeah, it's great. I think they're finally striking a middle ground, and I hope that continues. There we go. I think we got this one in the bag. Also, this game I love more than Sonic 1 because it encourages you to go fast. There are no, like, real pitfalls aside from, like, some instances in Hilltop Zone and, like, later stages that slow your progress. But generally speaking, you can just, like, zoom through levels if you know what you're doing. You can do that in Sonic 1 as well, but there's too much to directly stop your path in Sonic 1 in comparison to this. Also, we just barely got that emerald. That's pretty cool. I think this is also the game where they upped it to 7 instead of 6 emeralds. So we got 5 more. Forces interested me because of Infinite. Infinite? I could throw a big fit about Infinite because he had a lot of potential. I like the idea of Forces. I think Forces has the most, like, that's why people were so excited for it. It had the most potential of any Sonic game at the time because, like, they were bringing back all the villains. Like, it wasn't exactly Sonic Adventure 3 or anything, but it was like, oh my lord, like, finally, we're, like, things feel like they're coming together. They might even make Zavok cool, I don't know. Like, let's get our hopes up a little bit. And then as soon, like, I know what did it for me, where I was like, okay, I need to set my expectations accordingly, was when they introduced the, like, make your own OC guy. I was like, oh, this is too much. We got a Spider-Man 3 situation on our hands. Spider-Man 3 had, like, 4 villains and was just, like, really overambitious and, like, the works. So, like, I was starting to feel like, okay, Forces is either going to be 2 hours long or it's going to be, like, too long and nothing's going to get enough focus because we just have too many cooks in the kitchen. And, in a way, it was a bit of both. And I don't like that. But Infinite was like a good character. His backstory just sucks. I like him as a character. I think his, like, voice is cool, his mask is cool, his design is great. But, like, he is a worthless villain. And, like, the part that makes him cool is the Phantom Ruby. And the Phantom Ruby is a holdover from Mania. So, like, you kind of need the context of that prior thing to find him extra cool. Vote kick initiated player Tails, yeah. I like Gadget too. He's not worthless, he's weak. Yeah, that's the whole bit with him. Shadow's like, you're a weak little baby, you're such a little weak little piss boy. And he's like, I'm not a weak little piss boy. Oh hey, what's this, the Phantom Ruby? That's basically what happens. The whole, not to mention, like, the whole game is, like, 30 minutes long. I like the OC, I'll admit, like, you know, I wrote a lot of Sonic fanfiction back in the day. I had a generic self-insert. I had Sonic but green, and he, like, had my name and everything, like, Blank the Hedgehog. That was me. I lived that. I drew, like, 100 pieces of fan art, and, like, I made that my OC for nostalgia and smiled like a doofus throughout, like, the third act of the game when, like, you're running with Sonic and it's like, yeah, look at us go, woohoo! But, like, as soon as that novelty wears off, it's not really much of a game, let alone a Sonic game. Oh, that's so cool. I wish they gave player better customization is all. I think at the very least if they gave you all the customization options from the start and didn't make it like a thing that you unlock over the course of the game, maybe that part would be a little more enjoyable. It would be sacrificing the completion aspect, but like, who wants to complete Forces? I'm not even one of those people who think Sonic's fallen off. There are just aspects of the modern games that I don't like too much. My thing in Forces is what I said earlier, where, like, they take themselves a little too seriously. It's like, you know, there's that clip of Roger Craig Smith who voices Sonic, and it's like, all right, guys, you want me in the studio? All right, cool. What do you have in mind for Sonic this time around? And it's like, okay, yeah, we want you to, like, do Sonic's voice, but can you, like, make him a little more serious? And it's like this? And it's like, no, like, more serious. It's like this? No, like this? It's like, yeah, okay. So then Sonic just sounds bored the whole game. And he's like, don't shoot the messenger. That's what they wanted. And I don't doubt that. It's just like one of the little things that bug me. But I do like the gameplay of Forces. It also, I think, is like the last bastion of games that were trying to, like, in a way, copy the success of Breath of the Wild. I think it did it very well, more than, like, other games of its ilk. And that's coming from me, who played an inferior version. I played the Switch version when that came out. I don't recommend doing that. Yeah, who would do that? Nervous laugh. Yeah. But it's fun. I love OCs. I love making OCs, and like I still have a lot of nostalgia for that sort of thing. It's where a lot of writers get their start too, especially nowadays. Yeah, they made the dialogue all fanfiction-y. Sonic makes your character and they immediately become best friends. It's awesome! I smoked weed for the first time and played it on Steam. That is a great game to smoke weed to. So it's like, oh man, I'm in the game. That's awesome. Look, I'm getting to like live this. That's a good one. So when I saw the floating infinite heads near the end, I thought I was tripping. Oh, I bet. I think, like, I will say, I think visually, Sonic Forces is the best game in the franchise, even still. I think they kind of knocked it out of the park. The only one that I think comes a little close, I mean, I still haven't played Colors. I think that's like, the only, like, okay, hold on, for that one. But, there's also, the only other one that comes to mind is there's some parts, like the opening cutscene of Unleashed is still, I think, one of the best CGs in a game. Like, it's really phenomenal. Especially for the time. It was like 2007? That's nutty. There we go. I think we're at the end of this stage here. I spent a lot of time yapping about other games in this franchise. But I love this game still. This game's awesome. We will be getting to all of these games that I'm mentioning at some point or another. We are doing every Sonic game. We already did CD, so we did skip that, but we are going to do 3 and then Knuckles, and that's going to be the only 2D Sonic game that I think will require more than one stream, because I'm not very good at Sonic 3, I will admit. There we go. Sonic 06's CG cutscenes are really good too. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Those were good. They're just not as memorable to me for some reason. It'll be a little interesting when we get to that. I obviously don't have the original hardware. It'd be really good to have, but when we get to 06, I'm going to be doing the... It's going to be Project 06, and then basically stopping between every stage to watch the cutscenes on YouTube. It's going to be pretty funny. Goofy, even. Yeah, we're out of here. No! Oh yeah, I forgot. Those are a thing. Sonic 3 is way easier than 2. I get really bad luck when I play 3. I don't know what it is. I also, like, I hate to say it, I think the final boss for Sonic 3 is harder than Sonic 2. I have far more trouble with it. And that's whether, like, you mean, like, Knuckles or 3. I think they're both just as hard. Mega Arm is annoying. The song's a 10, though. I think it's the best final boss track in this series. Not the series, but at least the 2D games. There we go. I'm happy that, like, we didn't get to see it, but the animation at the beginning of this game, like, when you select it in the Anniversary Edition, you get to see the backstory that's, like, explained in the manual for, like, how Tails joined Sonic. Because, like, weird thing, the tornado? That wasn't Sonic's. That wasn't Tails. That belonged to Sonic, and Tails, like, fixed it up and just kind of claimed ownership eventually of it. It's weird. So my, like, weird headcanon is, like, after Sonic 1, the animals are like, thanks for rescuing South Island. Here's an airplane. It's like, oh, cool, thanks, man. Because, like, I don't know where he could have gotten that. And if we're assuming CD happened before, like, 1, that also doesn't make sense. Ah, that sucks. Oh well. I'll give it one more. We don't really need the emerald. The game went fine until I got to him. Yeah. It's annoying. Also, like, I've never really found the air shield useful. Like, you know, when you, like, jump and then you, like, press A and you're supposed to have, like, a split second of invulnerability. Never works for me. It's not like a flaw on the game's end, it's really mine, but, like, I find it, like, the least useful thing to be added in these games as far as, like, Sonic's base moveset. Because in CD, you got, like, the super peel out, and, you know, 2, you got the spin dash, and in 3, that's kind of, like, the best you got. Unless we're counting the shields. Those were really improved. And they're very fun to use, too. And the special stages, don't even get me started. The special stages in 3 are the best. I like that if you, like, slap and Knuckles on a copy of Sonic 1, you just get to play the blue ball minigame forever. Like, not gonna lie, if I was a kid with a Genesis, that's probably all I'd be doing. It's a really fun minigame, even if it's disorientating over time. Goofy story with this song. This song is a very specific vibe, and it's commonly something that I put on in the background, like, or like on my headphones when I'm like solving a dispute in my friend group, because like the way the song like ramps up, it's a very like, all right, here we go style song. It kind of helps me lock in a weird way. There we go. Oh, forgot about that noise. Oh, thanks, Tails. Ah, it's over. Alright, we're out of Kentucky now. Wonderful. Whew. Big stretch. Awesome. We're breezing. How far are we? 40 minutes, and we're in Mystic Cave. I believe we got 3 more real zones. Oh, that's the other improvement. This game is what, like, cemented standard, like, zone act structure. So, first game, you have 3 acts, so every stage kind of feels like it's dragging. Like, by the time you get to Act 3, you're like, alright, here we go again. But, 2 is like, oh, you only have 2 acts. Which is great, because that means that you can go to more locales, you can see more mechanics, you can do more things. So, while it does make it longer, it gives the game more substance, in my opinion. This is the stage that I can fall under that, into that big hole and go to that stage I don't want to do. And I always forget where that hole is, so we'll see. There we go. Come on. I imagine Freddy Krueger freestyling to this music. I could see that. Oh, that's so fun. We, me and my wife, we actually watched so we watched Freddy versus Jason, because that was, we like watching bad movies on occasion. I'm like, oh yeah, here's one from my childhood that's not very good. It wasn't as bad as I remembered. It's like just fun enough to be enjoyable. But then we watched the first Nightmare on Elm Street, and it's a good introduction to the concept. But Freddy is not a character, and like the acting's not super good, and like there's a lot of little things. Also, it has one of those endings where it's like, oh, everybody dies in the end anyway, like the last second, just as like a haha gotcha, which felt frustrating because like the you know, victory felt earned against Freddy in that film. But oh well. It's little nitpicks, but it's like, ah. But yeah, Freddy's not a character. He also does, like, the goofy run where he, like waddles towards you in, like, the nightmares, and it's funny. There's also, like, none of the iconic lines in it. And then we were like, well, maybe, you know, maybe Friday the 13th is any better. Friday the 13th is, like, it's tricky. I don't know which one I liked more, but I'd give a slight edge to Friday the 13th. Well, even then, I don't know, the pacing's kind of weird. Jason's not in the movie at all. It's like Jason's mom, and that's like a twist, I guess. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I kind of thought this would be like the Jason movie. No. And like, it is a good twist, and she is an intimidating villain. Like, she's, well, not like more of a character than Freddy, but she's, I don't know, I liked her. And I felt like the acting was better. I don't know. Kind of split, now that I'm, like, thinking about it critically. Plus, like, my wife loves horror movies, but never really, like, watched any, like, slashers, and that's what I grew up with, because those aren't scary. I don't like traditional horror movies, because I'm kind of a little baby. There we go. Hopefully I get this emerald, and then that'll be that. It's kind of spacing out when I jumped in here. So I apologize for getting quiet on it very briefly. Tails, you boy failure. Stop hitting that. We were 5 away, Tails. We were 5 away. Oh, well. I was a teen when I saw it in theaters. That's interesting. My dad collected all of them on a VHS, but I never actually watched them growing up. When the woman went skinny dipping at the start, I told him, I won't tell her girlfriends if you won't. That's great. That's like the one warning I gave my wife. It's like, oh yeah, heads up, there are titties in this film. It's like, oh really? It's like, yeah, within the first 2 seconds. Make her watch Terrifier. That'd be interesting. Nightmare on Elm Street over the Friday the 13th for sure. Yeah, we'll watch the sequels. I hear like that's where they get good. There we go. Come on now. There we go. I'll lock in just briefly. There we go. Now, with luck, like, I don't know, the thing that I said about progression does kind of reach a stint in this level only slightly, because there's light puzzle solving. I can't complain about light puzzle solving. There we go. Alright, now just one more of these. The Elm Street movies started becoming wacky after a while. I like wacky. I like the hamminess to an extent. It's when, like, because, like, you can balance it. Like, you can still have horror while Freddy's like, you know, oh, I'm gonna kill you, bitch. Like, there's still, like, there's a middle ground that you can reach, and that's kind of what I hope for. Because when it gets hammy to the point of parody, then I'm just making fun of it. There we go. With invincibility, you can still get crushed, so that that box placement's kind of evil, in my opinion. Damn, no! No, this is the Hidden Palace Zone! No, God, no! Okay, alright, Hidden Palace Zone time. I knew it as soon as I was falling for more than 2 seconds. I'm like, this is the hole, isn't it? This is the hole. In Freddy's Dead even plugs Nintendo Power's glove. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like, that's a real thing that happened. And then, like, obviously there's the AVGN parody, and, like, that was really fun. This is a cool part, at least. I do like these, like, you know, how they react to your movement. It's neat. But, like, what is the Hidden Palace? Like, what is this? Like, I don't understand the placement in, like, the level structure. I see the levels in these classic games kind of like an album, where it's like, you know, they're composed in a certain order for a reason. And if you mess with that, you kind of, like, mess with, you know, the album. Hey, I'm gonna get crushed. Alright. Like, if you had a Hilltop be the zone after, like, Emerald Hill, it'd kind of mess with things just a little bit. If you moved, you know, You Never Give Me Your Money to after Come Together, it would mess with the album a little bit. That's how I see it, anyhow. I like him as a guilty pleasure. Yeah, I love watching movies. Like, movies that, you know, are not exactly 10s, just for the fun of it. Because that's where, like, inspiration comes from, in my opinion. Like, my favorite... Not my favorite piece of fiction, but a piece of media that I really enjoy is Fire Emblem Fates. It is considered to be the worst Fire Emblem game, but it's something that I really enjoy because it's bad because of its story and all the missed opportunities that exist within its story when there was clearly so much effort put into the world building. And I lie awake at night thinking of things like, if they just gave me the script, if, like, I could have made this so much better. Things like that. There we go. So it's a neat point of inspiration where it's like, you know, what? Well, if this is so bad, what could I have done better and things like that. I like playing with those thoughts. If there's something I don't like. And it leads to conversation, because, you know, my wife's a creative, so we just kind of bounce ideas. And it leads to a very fun evening. Alright. Get me out of here. Hiya. Oh, keep almost jumping into the special stages when I don't want anything to do with that noise. Oh yay, it's done! It looks amazing! Please get rest when you can. This boss is goofy. It's like a trombone that drops these little Gordos. I do like the organ in the background. Hopefully this is only one stage long, and this will just kind of make us skip the one that we were on. Okay, I got your gimmick. I'm learning. I've never actually done this stage in full, or at least if I have, I don't remember the gimmick. Oh, that's evil. Okay, I get it now. I get your game. Just gotta wait for the big one. There we go. Kinda challenging. This would be a lot easier with Tails, though. I feel like every time he gets low, he jumps up right when I go after him. It's obviously intentional, but still. Icky. May I share with your friends, or would you like it to be a secret from now? You can share it. I think they'd find it entertaining. I'll show that off next stream if I get the chance. Probably gonna have to die on this stage, though. There we go. I'll just take the L there. I learned the mechanic. I learned the gimmick. We'll go over from here. Now, where were we? Not hitting the boss, I guess. Oh yeah, but this game originally had a whole, like, time travel gimmick, and that was meant to be, like, the whole deal with the game. It was very ambitious. It was going to be, yeah, like, time travel. So, you'd have, you know, that's why in the game you go to, like, all these different places. Like, you have Hilltop Zone that has, like, dinosaurs, and then you get to, like, Metropolis or whatever, like, that's, like, the last stage in the game. And that is, like, very industrial, meant to be, like, the future. And I think the reason that they gave up on that idea is because I'm pretty sure CD and 2 were being developed at the same time, and they didn't share homework. So when they found out CD was already doing that gimmick, and that's, like, the main thing it had going for it, they're like, okay, let's, like, scrap that from Sonic 2. Thank you, Tails. But the plot here is still cool. It's like, you know, we're ripping on Star Wars, we're ripping off Dragon Ball, but, like, it's still an original story. It's fun. Death Egg? Eggman's building a big ball in the sky that he's gonna launch with the Chaos Emeralds, and you gotta stop him with the help of your new stalker who won't leave you alone. Basically the plot of this game. At least in the manual, from what I remember, like, Tails is getting bullied, and, you know, Sonic stops them or whatever, and then he takes off. When he hears about, like, Robotnik's plot, and then Tails, like, runs after him, and Sonic is impressed that he's able to keep up. It's like, alright, cool. We'll see how long you can do that. He just does the whole game, I assume. I don't think there's a miss in this whole soundtrack. Hate to say it. Actually, don't hate to say anything. This soundtrack's fucking awesome. It's badass. There we go. Darn. That might have sent us back. As long as the Joy-Con can hold out by the end of stream, I'll be very happy. I have a second set, but I couldn't find them anywhere. And I have a, not exactly a Pro controller, but one of those, like, you know, throwaway, like, $20 ones. I have one of those lying around, but I don't have the cord that goes to it. Because, you know, when you're streaming a game on the Nintendo Switch, and you, like, hardly ever use your Switch, like, how could I have forgotten that, you know, your controllers need to be plugged in? And yeah, the PS5 controllers or whatever also need to be plugged in, but, like, the Switch is just a little more egregious with that. At least those batteries last longer, I will say. I like this gimmick. Whee! Another fun fact, in this game and Sonic 1, and basically any of the 2D games that are, like, on actual hardware, you can go too fast and doom yourself. Like, it's a speedrunning strat that people use because there is a way to use it to your advantage, but you can just clip into terrain and die. There we go. Nice. At least you're still zooming. Like, it's more or less a water level, but it's still fun. I love you. Please sleep good. No need to stick around. You're the best. That's cool. Just take care. Love you too. Oh boy. There we go. Alright. That's the end of that. Now I get to reward myself with a sip of water. Awesome. Wait, there's an act 2 to this? No! I'm kidding. Just throws a big fit. The enemy design in this game is also really good. I yap because I... Big stretch. You missed that. I just big stretched. I'm kidding. I'll do it again. The things I do for love, I guess. Oh, wait. I'm still playing. Alright, I'm stretched, I'm normal, I'm happy. Is this good? Are you satisfied? There we go. So evil, yeah. You're lucky you're not restricting any in-game actions. You should use your channel points for things that matter. Like things that aren't my health. I'm kidding. Watch me take your spin dash with my points. I'd hardly use the spin dash in these games. Do your worst. I have 2,000 points. Wow. That's impressive. I think the most expensive one I have is 1,000. Don't use that, though. I haven't actually set that up. Fine, I'll remove your ability to move right. I actually thought about this. I can still make that work by spin dashing. 2K to get naked. I see, I see. Yeah, I kind of forgot my own things that I set up, I'll be real. Whoa, there we go. I like that I made the game longer for myself by accidentally going to Hidden Palace, but it at least skipped the final stage in Mystic... almost said Mystic Ruins. You know the one. Mystic Cavern? Something like that. Oh, I flubbed that one real good. Exclamation point, point heat. No! That's not how that works. That's not even... Ah, damn. That's not even a command. And back up we go. Oh yeah, that'll take me down. Damn it. I did it again. I got something wrong with me. Tonight, specifically. At least they fixed the glitch that was in Sonic 1, even on retail, like the original release of this game, where if you touch spikes or another enemy after taking damage, you just up and die. Thankfully removed. What level are you? Level 27. I forget what level Benji is. You might have taken the lead. I think they were level 26. There we go. I'm only focusing just a little bit harder because I don't want to be in Oil Ocean all day. The one stage I would probably remove if given the chance. Back down we go. Something tells me it is now boss time. Yes! Bonk that submarine. Yeah, we have enough invincibility frames. I think we'll be good. Oh yeah, that thing I can't damage. Ah, I blew it. That's fine. Easy. There we go. Come on down. Okay, I was hoping to get him killed in that cycle, but it's likely he's only one hit away. It's fine. It's fine. Also, it goes without saying, I kind of forgot to mention this when we were talking about, like, OC stuff in earlier. Well, this is not a Sonic OC. I did take the naming scheme of, like, Sonic the Hedgehog for this channel. Just for funsies. So I was like, I need to be self-indulgent. So, Tribs, the Rasky. That's what we do. Get me out of here! I also just couldn't think of anything more clever. Ah, Metropolis Zone. This song goes so hard. Not as hard as Scrap Brain, but pretty damn close. Da, 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 da. Oh, those things can go to hell, though. I hate those enemies. They're like starfish that like shoot spikes. They get so annoying. This is the stage where the enemies and like level design are made to mess with you. But it's fine because it's like the last real like act in this game. Because after this is Sky Chase, and then after that is Wing Fortress, and then Death Egg. And all those are not even real acts, I would argue. They're great set pieces, but they don't have the 2-act structure. Do 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 do. One day I'll stop getting knocked around. I think next stream will probably be Pit of 100 Trials, just because I'm just kind of getting like the smaller things out of the way before I do our next like long like playthrough. Because we just recently finished up Final Fantasy IX, and that was 12 streams long. It was really good. Like, it took like several months to get through, but I don't regret a single moment of it. The next one, I've been thinking about Twilight Princess, but you know, I'm just kind of like, I'm feeling like a Zelda game, but there are some Zelda games I have not played that might be fun to try instead. So that's kind of where my head's at in that regard. Skyward Sword, never played it. But there's also like the head argument of like, is it better to play games that I know on stream rather games that I don't? Because I like yapping as much as possible, because when, you know, I click on a VTuber or, you know, someone on Twitch and they're just silent the whole damn time, I'm like, this person doesn't really engage their audience, like they should be yapping with themselves even if no one's here, things like that. So I don't want the people who like come in for a split second and leave to think that that's what I'm about when I'm actually just lost. Things like that. I also think for like the audience enjoyment, nobody wants to see me pull up a guide. There we go. I think we did it. Yeah. That's what it's all about. But yeah, Pit of 100 Trials would be fun, because I've never actually done it. I love 1000 Year Door to Death, and I recently finished the remake. Even though I bought it on launch, what happened was I basically, I was like, oh, this is so good. This is a remake of one of my favorite RPGs. I'm gonna cry. I'm so glad Nintendo's like actually taking this seriously, blah, blah, blah. I got to chapter, I think, 3, you know, the arena. And I was like, this is awesome. This is the coolest. I love this, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, I binged the entire, like, up to that point in, like, I think a day and a half. And then I stopped playing because I was burnt out. And then I didn't pick the game up for like another year. So I only recently finished it like a week ago. And it's still a 10. Love to say, it is still a 10. My only like gripes against the remake are very small nitpicks, most of them to do with the music, and it's purely nostalgia goggles, and even I'm aware of that. I think the remake is a 10 the same way that the original is a 10. I think they're both valid. But, as I said, the Pit of 100 Trials is something that I never did, and that's basically post-game content. So, doing that on a stream is far more doable than the entire darn game. So that's what that'll be about when I get to it. I also finished the game relatively low level. I don't know what level people typically beat the game at, but I was only level like 17. Typically in JRPGs, you finish at like level 30, like at least. Something tells me there's spikes up here. Okay. I know you're low battery, but just tough it out at least until I finish Sonic 2 and I can call it a day. That would be swell. Alright. Up we go. I've also been debating on whether or not we're going to touch on the advanced games. Because I say every Sonic ever, I really mean mainline, and I have kind of a weird definition of what mainline is. But if we're really going into mainline territory, then I guess I'd have to play Sonic Battle at some point, since that did, like, introduce a primary character. But I don't want to. So my definition is what goes through. And if I'm not doing one of the GBA games, I'm not doing any of them. That's like half a joke, but that would basically mean that I'd be skipping from 3 and Knuckles to Sonic Adventure, which would be fine, because I plan on covering Mania before I get to Forces. Like, that's the game that I'll do right before that, because I think those two games, like, flow into each other. That's how I would do it if I were constructing a marathon, which I am, and that's what I'm doing. Nice. Oh, that's so dicey. There's a lot going on. Alright. There we go. To lock in just a little bit. Nice. Oh. There we go. That's a little better. Is this a 3-act zone? I completely forgot, honestly. Alright. Metropolis, Zone 3. But maybe it'll be like Sonic 1, and it's just kind of, you know, this and then the boss. Just kind of shorter. We'll see. I do not recall. Zone 1 is what sticks to mind when I think of this zone, personally. That was on me. I'm not even going to argue that. Ah, man. Well, now we gotta backtrack just a little bit to get that to respawn. Problem is, I think when I do that, the starfish will also respawn. I think I'll just, boop! It's fine. Let's run that again. Let's stop running. Let's just take her slow, apparently, because I can't even do that. There we go. Do-do-do-do-do. I'll just let these guys do their thing in advance, that way they can't knock me off. There we go. Oh. No! Oh, it sucks. Alright. Narrowly avoided that. Alright, maybe it's respawned. We'll try that again. Yep. And the enemies are gone, so now we have a solid shot. Do-do-do-do-do. Alright. If I sucked, I could call every Sonic game ever just the 2D games. I won't, but that would suck. Did I go backwards? No, I don't think so. We're good. Ooh. Alright, I see the gimmick here. Place your bets. There we go. Haha. Nice. Sorry my commentary is just a lit. No! Wait. Oh, I got crushed. Okay. Don't start me all the way over. I'll throw a fit. Okay, goody, goody, goody. Yeah, sorry the commentary is just a little nothing this time around. I'm not exactly going through the motions, but, like, I love this game. And I get a little lost in the sauce. That is my excuse, 100%. Knew that would happen. That was anticipated. I think my main concern is I'm a little nervous that the Joy-Con won't hold out until the end of this game. I'm really hopeful. The only thing that will mean is that we probably won't get to look at the Game Gear versions of these games. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. See, if I just touched that, we would have been in the clear. Ah, that's cheap. There we go. Perfect. Now we're getting through it. Now it's just a little gauntlet avoiding those. Those gears can also crush you. Okay. That's so frustrating. Okay, we're gonna go back a little bit. Okay, I can't take it back, so hopefully going back that far. Good, made it respawn. That's what's important. Oh, yeah, I love Tails' little dangling animation. Sonic, help me! Help! I'm going to fall! Good. It is your fate. To the forever pit with you. What? There we go. Something tells me there's going to be one more up here. Oh yeah, on the topic of Carnival Night, that's the only zone in this series that I've ever hit, like, the 10-minute mark for while playing it, like, normally. Uh oh. That's on me. The levels in Sonic 3 are just so long. But again, could just be because I'm bad at them. Boss time. Oh yeah, this. See, this gimmick is good. Because, you know, you hit him and then another guy spawns, and then you just kind of knock them around. It's also gracious of them to make it just, like, a little easier, considering it's right before the final boss. Well, the final, like, real act, I guess. I'm whiffing this stage just a bit. It's a thing. It's a thing that's happening currently. This is the run. Give me that. Alright, place your bets. If the game will be finished before my Joy-Con die. This is the real deal here for all the marbles. Nice. But now we get to go to one of my favorite stages. This song is really nice and calm, and God, I love it so much. Sky Chase. Yeah! Like, there's all these albatrosses around. Also, Tails is flying the tornado. Some people find this stage annoying, but I think it's a really fun set piece. It's also just, you know, it's a victory lap. That's what it is. The stage is not hard. Future me is where you, like, cut to me dying for the short. Thank you. Thank you. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Whoa. Yeah, as long as you're paying attention, it's really nothing. Do-do-do-do-do. While I do love this version of Sonic 2, there is one version that I do really like almost as much, if not a little more. I don't know, I'm a little split. I think it's delisted now, but there was like a Sega Genesis like anniversary collection thing that you could buy. And you get like a little 90s room, and there's an option where you can play any of the games on like the TV within the bedroom and kind of simulate the experience of like living at the time. And I thought it was really wholesome, especially with like the CRT filter. I wish more collections did things like that. Which is why I don't get why that was delisted. Like, there are worse collections out there for sure. It's also just satisfying to get all the enemies in a row like that. Because it does the Mario thing where if you do them all, like if you hit more than 5 enemies in a row, you'll get like an extra life. Which in the anniversary version doesn't matter, but it's still neat. Wonder if the counter goes above 99 for the coins. I bet it does. Ah, this is it! Wing Fortress Zone! Tails, no! Cut down in his prime! Oh well. Moving on. And the song is, like, I know I'm just yapping about the music a lot, but this is such a good, like, amping up for the, like, final boss song. It feels intimidating. And the level design, like, feels like you're on a ship. Like, you're not supposed to be here. Like, there's no floor. You're, like, jumping around this, like, ship and, like, avoiding the exhaust and things like that. Whoop, almost jumped off just a little early. Sorry, pal, I gotta wait for you to get gunned down first. Sonic, ah! There we go. Can't take it too fast. This stage is a little tricky. There we go. The camera does work to your detriment just a little bit. Ah, damn it, I died the exact same way. Twice! Oh well. But yeah, the camera works a little bit to your detriment, because if you hold down for too long, the camera pans. But when we get to Adventure, as you'll see, this series and camera issues are, regrettably, just something you gotta get used to on occasion. I think those rings are placed there to kind of show you that you do have a little bit of leeway. Also, now that I know that as long as I'm not touching those flames dead on, I can just walk under them, makes me feel a lot better. Also, what I said about Scratch and Grounder not being in the actual games, I lied. Who's this guy? Well, dead now, but oh well. 2 scratches. Look at that. I hate this. I hate things that are like that, or it's like teetering there. Oh, now I gotta do it again? This blows. Wee ball. As long as the Joy-Con hold out, I'll be happy. Do, 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 do. Alright, this is about where we were. It's kind of the equivalent of the disappearing, reappearing blocks from Mega Man, I guess. I've never liked that style of level design. Oh yeah, these things. I used to think you could, like, duck and it would, like, take you down, like in Mario or something, because there's an arrow pointed down. But that's not what they're trying to get across there. Alright. Keeping an eye on that pattern. Okay, so you have a lot of time, it looks like. Goody. I like that these games can be played in one sitting. That is something that I like about the classic games that I will miss when we get to the 3D ones. There's, like, elements you can do in, like, one sitting, sure. Like, you could theoretically get through, like, Hero or, you know... like, Hero Story from SA2 or Sonic Story and Sonic Adventure 1 in one sitting, no problem. But, like, the whole game, that's a bit of a different story. I'm not a speedrunner. Alright, here's where it gets fun. I like that you're falling, and the rings are, like, guiding you where to go. The platforming is tricky. And I might perish. Hold on. Oh, they got me on the last one. Oh, you sneaky, sneaky. Might be going backwards. Just maybe. Okay, thankfully not. With luck, I can get back to where I was in like 2 seconds. Zoom! I'm excited to make, like, tomorrow's the day that I get to lock in and make like 1,000,000 shorts, and that's gonna be really fun. Making shorts is very rewarding for me. It makes me feel far funnier than I am. Because, like, I only get to highlight the moments where I am funny. But obviously, anyone here watching me stream and not be funny in the moments that I'm not is both heavily appreciated and encouraged. There we go. That's there to mess with you, no question. Also with Shadow Generations, when I did that, I made the mistake of going for the platinum in that game. I say mistake because while the game is fun, and like Generations as well, also with this a little bit, completing the game is a nightmare, especially with the, like, hub zone, and how the game doesn't keep track of where anything is. Like, I had to follow a guide for where all the, like, hidden things were, verbatim. And I didn't have to do that with the stages. So, like, I was in the hub world alone, doing, like, that stuff, for, like, what felt like 12 hours. I think my final playtime completing that game was, like, I think 42 hours. It was a lot. I didn't realize I was out of rings. Damn. Alright, we're good. That's fine. That's fine. Ah! Alright. Let's get it again. I say this is the last real challenge, but there is the final boss beyond this, and that is notoriously difficult. Damn. Might as well use my invincibility frames there. Not that it matters, I think I'm kind of gonna blow this a little bit. just getting a little greedy with it. I tend to do that with platformers. When I played Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, I had such a rough time in the end game because I was basically just rushing to finish it to say that, like, oh yeah, I played one of the, like, you know, post-Symphony of the Night Castlevania games and enjoyed it, which I did. But then my wife played the same game and, like, took her time and had, like, a far better experience and was, like, breezing through the bosses at a certain point. And I was envious, because I'm like, why are you so much better at this than me? And it's like, because I take my time when I play games. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's what you're, like, supposed to do. Not, like, rush through an experience, but, like, enjoy it. Same applies to, like, anything, really, media or otherwise. I forget that on occasion. Because in a world where, you know, you can enjoy any piece of media relatively for free at the, you know, your fingertips, I tend to forget that you're not supposed to experience everything in life. You can just take things casually. Now that that moral life story is out of the way, let's go to space. We're going to space. The one place untapped by capitalism. This visual's so cool, though. The amount of strength, just the, like, crazy grip Shadow Sonic must have to not just fly into orbit is crazy to me. And it's going straight to the Death Egg. Final zone. No rings. We ball. Death Egg zone. Alright, meet Mecha Sonic. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, not the first one. My issue with this boss... I did it! If you stand still, you can damage him, and it's funny to me. But another thing that makes me giggle is... not dunking on the timeline, but if we are to assume that Sonic CD happened before Sonic 2, why did Robotnik backtrack? Mecha Sonic is such a non-threat in comparison to Metal Sonic. Alright, here we are, the final boss, the Death Egg Robot. I love this song. I like that this is one of, if not the hardest bosses in the classic series. And in this game, it's really not difficult. Oh, my bad. I meant the exact opposite. Sorry. While he is one of the most difficult bosses in the classic series, in Generations, they made him, like, the first boss you fight and made him really easy. But he's so intimidating, he's so big, the way he walks. And again, this tripped a lot of people up. My cheese strat is what you're seeing right now. I pause on, like, roughly this tile, and then I walk to this one. Like, there's just enough space here and here. The only issue is you have no rings, and you have to keep this up 11 times. Also, I might have flubbed this. We might be dead. I tend to, like, hide in the corner in instances like this, just in case. He likes to stop just before touching me, and then taking off. But again, the tips of those arms, like the spikes, can still kill you even with this strat, so you have to be careful. I also never keep track of how many hits he's at when I play this game, because it's just an endurance run. If you count how many times you're hitting him, it'll just get really frustrating. It'll be like, ah, so annoying. Also, don't get greedy and go for 2 hits. You can go for 2 hits, but it rarely works. Don't recommend. Doo-doo-doo. Just styling on him. And we're, like, flying! You can see, like, the earth and, like, the background, or Mobius, or whatever you will. I like that the final boss is challenging. I can't complain. Is it just a little too challenging for, like, the age demographic? Yeah. But it's okay. I can look it back in retrospect since I've, like, memorized the pattern and be like, this boss is fun. But it's only because I have a gimmick for it. The boss is only fair if you make your own strategy. And that's not what a good fight make. The Sega Genesis sound chip was used so well by Sonic Team in, like, all the games they worked on. Even, like, Kid Chameleon has a good soundtrack. Woohoo! That's it! We're out of here! Woo! It blows up and we leave! Woo! Death Star gone! And before my Joy-Con died, which is stellar! I love this final cutscene. Unironically, I wanted to get married to this song when I was younger, so I thought it sounded like a wedding march in a weird way. Didn't do it, but it did play during the reception. And Tails looks up. Also, like, getting all the emeralds, in my opinion, like, defeats the point of this ending cutscene. Because what happens is Tails looks up and sees Sonic's falling from the sky. He's like, oh my god, finally, I can be useful. I can, like, zoom up there and help him. And he does, and he, like, catches him, and it's great. But if you have all the emeralds, Super Sonic just kind of glides down, and Tails just kind of flies next to him. And it's not as, like, heroic. Yeah, yeah! Da, 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 da. It's so nice. I don't know, I like this ending so much. Da, 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 da. Alright, do the thing where you jump into the sky, my man. Yeah! Sonic 2! We did it! It's over! That was a gay old time. I love this game every time I play it. Another fun version of the game that I recommend is the Sonic, like, 3D, like the Sonic 2 3DS version. It makes the game 3D, and it's fun, and it pops out, and it allows you to play as Knuckles, and it has, like, special, like, I think it has, like, a special mode that I thought was neat. I have a screenshot somewhere, but I actually glitched the game when I beat it. So, I got all the Chaos Emeralds, and I beat the game, but when Sonic, like, jumped up, he was colored blue and not gold? It was weird. It was a weird glitch that happened. Whew. But yeah, that's Sonic 2. I believe I've just about showcased everything, especially since we accidentally fell into Hidden Palace. I thought that Hidden Palace would replace that final act we were in, or Sky Chase or something, so I'm glad that didn't happen. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. I'll probably end it shortly, just because the Joy-Con are gonna die soon. But yeah, I'm happy with what we did here today. Just ending it strong, and then next stream, probably within the next like 2 to 3 days, and we'll be doing the Pit of 100 Trials. I am Tribs the Rasky. You can find me on both, YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, all those platforms under the same moniker. You can also optionally check out Wii Scrubs for more edited content from me. And that's like my whole thing. That's what I do. I'm gonna try to keep streams to at least 2 a week. And again, I thank you all so very, very, very much for being here. I love being able to showcase these games because they mean a lot to me, and I'm very passionate about it. And then they bring back the Sonic 1 motif here for a sec. Yeah! Very happy to see that. We did get the bad endings. We didn't get all the Chaos Emeralds this time around, but who cares? They're all knocked out of you at the beginning of Sonic 3 anyway. Try again. Why don't you go by yourself? Oh yeah, we get the cutscene. I forgot. So the Death Egg crashes into Angel Island. Spoilers for the next entry. Kidding. And we will get to that when we get to that. Wonderful. That's done. There is a mirror mode, which is fun. I might do that sometime. Does Sonic 1 have it? Oh, they all have a mirror mode. That's cool. I didn't actually know that. Except Sonic 3. Sonic 3 doesn't have that. Neato. Since we did it for the other one, I guess we'll do the boss rush for funsies. Can't promise we'll do well, but we'll give it a shot. The final boss will be a nightmare, though, if we get to it. Also, the Game Gear version of this game is whack. Tails dies in one of the endings. Like, he actually dies if you don't get all the Chaos Emeralds. And, like, Sonic sees, like, his spirit in, like, the stars or something like that. It's like borderline creepypasta material. Oh yeah, we don't have rings, so we can't really cheese these fights. There we go. Still easy. Egg Hammer. Cool that we get to see the names for these things. I'm sure it was in the manual. I was waiting for him to come over here. Bonk. Aw, man, now I have to do the boss legit. Man. There we go. Come on down. Well, now we can cheese him a little bit. You fly so far. Oh, stop to look at chat for 1 second. Bonk. It's no one's fault in particular. I don't think I can reach that from here. Oh, barely, actually. Oh, that's the second time I jumped into the arrow. That's fine. We'll give her one more try. Unless it does the 0 life thing, which I'm pretty sure it does. We'll see. Wonder if it'll definitely make me do the Hidden Palace boss. That one will be tricky. That one I was having trouble with. There we go. And like, this game is like immediately followed by Sonic 3. And then from that, it's like straight from that to like Mania, if you consider that to be part of like classic series canon. Like the guy doesn't get a break until like that one like Ian Flynn animated series, if we're taking that into consideration. And then even more than that, if we like if we're taking fan works into consideration, the what is it, Sonic Triple Trouble, that one also picks off immediately after after Sonic 3. Guy can't get a rest, but that's okay. We will very quickly check out the Game Gear version. If I can remember where it is. Game Gear, there it is. Yeah, last time I did this, my mic unplugged like halfway through the game. And it was like right after someone asked me a question. I felt like such a dick. Oh, that is crunchy. That is very crunchy. There's Tails from the hit video game Sonic 2. That's Sonic from the hit video game Sonic 1. No, Tails! This is a goofy intro. Sonic, I'm pretty sure you can catch him. What are you doing? He's looking at me like I'm gonna do something. Dude, lock in. Nice. Why is Tails only blinking one eye? Is that like SOS? Do you need help? Are you well? Did Robotnik give you brain damage? What happened? Where's the start button on this thing? There we go. Underground Zone, Act 1. I like these new, like, flashy intros. Also, this game is hard as balls. I do not recommend it. It is actually really tricky. Especially in comparison to Sonic 1. I only have a little bit of experience with this game. I never actually finished it. But I tried playing it, like, shortly after I played the Game Gear one. Or at least for the first game. Let's see. Oh, wonderful. I get to stop. Oh, hey! Is the spin dash in this game? I think that was just the, like, thing from the last game. Oh, this has the Sonic 1 problem, where if you get hit twice, it's like an issue. Hello, individual. Goodbye forever. Where are you? Where are you? Yes, 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 yes. So long, Gay Bowser. Awesome. Where were we? Anyway. Oh yeah, this stupid game. Wait, those were springs? Those look like the things that crush you in the, like the final act in the actual game. I don't think Sonic 3 ever got a Game Gear version, but we did get Sonic Blast. That one at least has Knuckles in it. Whoa, they're red and blue. That's neat. Fun fact, you cannot spin dash in this game. This looks like something I could... Yeah, I figured. Okay, 'cause the blocks are, like, shaped different. Whoa, is this a thing? Or is this going to send me to my death? Okay. That was the other, like, thing that made me so sad when we did Sonic 1, was when the audio cut out when I was playing the Game Gear version. I was reacting so well and, like, making so many bits. And, like, all of it was cut. Due to mic issues. Three acts still? Wow. I think this did come out before Sonic 2, though. I think they even, like, reused some concepts, like Genocide City and whatnot. It's not one-to-one, but it does have that standard set for it a little bit, because Sonic 1 on Game Gear was pretty one-to-one. They only added, like, 2 original zones. I like those 2 original zones, by the way. And, like, the way that they tried to reorchestrate the music for the Game Gear was really fun. I don't prefer them by any means, but it's still an admirable attempt. Okay, why can't I reach that last one? Did I not get high enough? Questions I ask myself all the time. Am I not high enough to enjoy this? There we go. Ah, that did it! There's like 1 pixel there. Come on. Boing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's where it's at. Wait, what? I guess I'll save. Kinda nice of him to save me and not just drop me into the pit. Oh, the fucking Sarlacc pit? He's like, I don't want you to go in that pit. I want you to go in this pit. How dare you try to, like, fall into the lava. I want you to go into the Sarlacc hole. Well, now what? I guess I just let him eat those. Okay, yeah, that's the gimmick. Okay. Oh. This is working. Do I not have any rings for that fight? Okay. I guess I'll save after every hit. I guess that counted as a hit. Damn. Narrowly avoided, but successful. Okay. Oh, now they're getting faster. Alright. Why can't Sonic turn? There we go. So either way you get hit there. I guess I can move on. There goes that. What is that? Is this like a UFO? What's the deal here? Oh, okay. It's like the capsules at the end of stages. All right. Cool. Well, Sky High Zone. I also think it's funny that they put Tails in all of the like level intros, even though he's not here. Oh well. Well, that was fun. We'll try to continue this next time, but I think for now that is a good spot to end it. We got to showcase all of Sonic 2, the bonus modes, and the Game Gear version. So, what's this pose he's doing? Ah, come on. But also, like, it's kind of like piranha plant hands. I don't even know what that's about. Anywho. Yeah, thank you all so much for being here. I will be back at the same time in about 2 days, and I will see you all then. Bye-bye!